At 27, Selma'd long since learned that staring at monsters brought nothing but pain. Which is why, when she saw 3 of them herd a woman toward a deserted alley behind the grocery store's parking lot, she ducked behind her car. Shopping bag filled with last-minute ready meals clutched to her chest thanks to Mr. Jones's insistence that she work late yet again. But the monsters didn't pay her any mind. Their focus was solely on the girl between them. She was stumbling along the pavement as if drugged, headed toward the secluded spot seemingly without a shred of worry about the 3 males accompanying her. Selma gave her a guilty glance as she fumbled with her keys to unlock the car door, her palms sweaty and shaking with the violent drumming of her heart. She knew the monsters could bend a human's will and make them see things that weren't there, or not see things that were. They hid their grotesque appearance behind human skins, which was why no one else seemed to notice the scaled, horned creatures who walked among them. No one except her. Or maybe she was just crazy. Or unbalanced. As a multitude of doctors in white coats had told her concerned parents before she'd learned to pretend she didn't see the monsters anymore. At least the woman wasn't putting up a fight. Whatever they'd done to make her follow them, she likely wouldn't remember what happened to her. She might not even realize it while it was happening. Selma drew in a deep breath and focused on the key in her sweaty palm. But before she could look down, the girl turned her head, catching her gaze. Large, panicked eyes locked on hers, and though the rest of her face remained slack and docile, those eyes spoke clearly that that woman was aware of what was about to happen to her. A large, clawed hand came to rest on her shoulder and pulled her into the alley. Her eyes widened even further, the plea in them impossible to ignore. Then the darkness swallowed her, leaving the parking lot desolate once more. Fuck. Selma stared at the gaping mouth of the alley, her heart thudding unevenly in her chest. Had she come out of the shop 10 minutes later, she'd have been none the wiser, and guilt wouldn't have been gnawing at her to do something. What was she supposed to do against 3 monsters? Shit, she muttered, easing the shopping bag and her purse to the ground as she fished out her phone. 911, what's your emergency? Hi, yeah, I saw 3 men drag a woman into an alley behind the shops on the corner of Smith and 31st, by the parking lot. Please, can you send the police? Selma spoke fast and low, not wanting to risk the monsters hearing. They were far enough away she couldn't hear them, but she knew all too well that some of them had enhanced senses. Can you see them, ma'am? Are they hurting her? The voice on the other end asked. Selma blinked at the question. No, I can't. But it was obvious what they were going to do to her. She was fighting them. Or she would have been had she been capable. Do you need me to move closer so I have eyes on them? No, don't put yourself in harm's way, ma'am. The police are on their way now. They'll be with you in 20 minutes. Can I ask your name, please? 20? Selma croaked. You can't be serious. They'll have... She trailed off as images flashed before her mind's eye of what it would be like for that poor girl alone with those 3 for a full 20 minutes. Fuck. They're coming as fast as they can, I promise, the voice soothed. Your name, please, ma'am. As fast as they can wasn't going to save that poor woman. Dread soured in her stomach, adrenaline and fear making her hands shake as she hung up and slid the phone back into her purse. Forcing herself not to think, she moved toward the alley. Maybe she could distract them long enough for the police to show up. A metal pipe lay among bricks and rubble in the entry. Selma bent to pick it up, feeling just a tad better at the cold, heavy weight in her hands. She clutched it hard and pressed her back against the brick wall, peering around the corner and into the darkness. She couldn't see anything but a couple of overflowing dumpsters, the faint light from the parking lot dying just a few feet into the alley. But from deep within, soft grunts echoed.